Welcome back, everybody, to This is a Shoot podcast. I know I didn't post a video yesterday. I was getting the hair trimmed up, looking a little fresh out here. Just a little something, nothing too crazy, So look, it's been a bad week. Last week was a great week for professional wrestling, with Raw being number one on Monday night, AEW being number one on Wednesday, SmackDown being number one on Friday. This week we've seen a lot of injuries. Two for sure. With Alberto Carrillo getting injured on Monday night, and I made a video talking about that. And then now Orange Cassidy on AEW. Both of them, luckily, was not severe injuries. It looked like Orange Cassidy, he got concussed. He lost his mind a little bit. So the match between Orange Cassidy and Pac was a really good and exciting match on AEW Dynamite. It was a qualifying match to see who was going to be going against Kenny Omega. What I understood was it was actually going to end up being a triple threat match anyway. I don't think that was the truth. I think it was just going. I think Orange Cassidy was going to get the win. At the end of this, because they was building that angle between Kenny Omega and Orange Cassidy. Now, here's the thing: in that match, Pac would hit him with a super kick. When I say hit him, Orange Cassidy off a super kick after Cassidy rebounded off the ropes. And there's debate where he got hurt at. A lot of people believe he got hurt on that kick. I believe he got hurt on that kick just to watch how slumped he went. He was out. He was done. But he had enough bearings about him to do that power bomb of Pac's. And I don't know the actual move called, so as always, though, before we get into that, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you always get these up-to-date videos and when I drop them. But yeah, and he just rolled out of the kick. And you can see Pac lift his leg up. And right then and there, Pac knew that something was wrong. And I believe Pac kind of thought something was wrong when he did the super kick. If you look at his face, Audrey Edwards was doing a job, was talking to Cassidy. There could be some criticism passed on, like why didn't they just stop the match like they did with Alberto Carrillo? It doesn't matter what the angle is. The wrestler's safety, the athlete's safety, comes number one overall. So when Raw didn't do an angle when Alberto got hurt and they called the match, yeah, you hate to see a match end that way, but it was the right call. Me personally, I do believe that they should have called that match on AEW right then and there and just had to work around what had happened. But they didn't. And I don't put all the blame on the referee. I would say Orange Cassidy was telling her, I'm fine. And so, but you could definitely tell they was doing things to give him time to collect his bearings. So they kicked him outside the ring. Just barely rolled him out over the rope. And he hits the ground. And they gotta go. I think they go to a pitcher at that point. And they get Cassidy back in the ring, but you can definitely tell they all knew something was wrong, so they took it easy. I think it was enough time to buy time for Don Callis to come out, distract Pac while Cassidy's in the corner, because the doctors was checking on Cassidy in the corner. And let me tell you something, they don't put doctors in angles like that in the middle of a match. They might do it after the match is over, but this is not an angle, so I don't want anyone thinking this is an angle. It's not. Whether or not it was true that they was going to make it a triple threat anyway is beyond me and beyond what I get paid for, because I don't get paid to make these videos, believe it or not. I just enjoy doing them. I enjoy breaking the news to the people that maybe missed out, or people who's, maybe they don't watch wrestling, but they like to know what's going on. Keep the finger on the pulse of what's going on. So Pac would get distracted and Kenny Omega would hit Pac in the back of the head, causing a double count out where both competitors were not able to get to the feet. I want to commend AEW right now on how they handled this situation. Do I think they should have stopped the match? Yes. But under the circumstances, maybe they was taking Cassidy's word for it that he could continue the match, so they let it continue. Sometimes you can be overprotective of an athlete, but they did the right thing. And if this was a last-minute change in storyline or however, where you just got to throw Pac in now, it was a smart move by AEW. Now you got a triple threat match for Kenny Omega's belt. Or belts. But I know it's for the AEW belt. it was a smart move, and I want to commend AEW for how they handled the situation, because you got to make them type of calls sometimes. Accidents happen. It's not ballet. And it's no one's fault that Cassidy got hurt. I see a lot of people blaming Pac, saying he's dangerous. No, it wasn't Pac's fault. Now, it would have been Pac's fault. He would have continued to beat the crap out of Cassidy, ignoring the fact that Cassidy's not 100% there, and you could tell he wasn't 100% there. Accidents happen, and it is what it is. You can't stop an accident from happening. You can try to prevent it by being safe in the ring. And I guarantee you, these moves have been done 1,000 times with Pac. It was just an unfortunate event that this had took place. That all being said, I want to throw out there that, once again, what got me fired up on Monday was when Humberto Carrillo got hurt. People on social media was throwing out there about the Chris Jericho bump, about saying, "Oh, everybody wants it to be real," and everybody got on AEW for it not being safe. Let me explain the difference between Chris Jericho's spot, Humberto Carrillo's getting injured, and Orange Cassidy getting injured. I'm going to explain this out. Jericho was a spot. Jericho's angle was a spot. It was planned to happen. The camera angle really revealed the fakeness, and I hate to use the word fakeness, in sports entertainment. We all know it's entertainment. We all know it's all not 100% real. It's entertainment. It's all about how you shoot it and how you represent it and how you present it to the fans. So when Chris Jericho fell off the top, and I hate to keep going on and on and on about this, but it was the camera angles that revealed that the bump wasn't as serious as it should have been, or what they was trying to play it off as. That's what the big issue is. Humberto Carrillo was an actual injury that happened in the match. They didn't know how serious it was, so they called the match. You can't prevent that. You don't plan that out. That's not scripted. It wasn't scripted. But they did a great job at calling a match, giving Sheamus to win, and moving on with the storyline, or moving on with Sheamus, I should say, whether or not Humberto, which I think is just a pulled hamstring. It wasn't nothing too majorly serious. And then Orange Cassidy, they were saying that he's concussed. So Orange Cassidy was an accident, just like Humberto Carrillo's injury was on Monday night. And so don't sit there and get on social media, guys, and say, "Oh, well, it's all about safety, da-da-da-da-da," and they ain't protecting the wrestlers, and you're comparing it to a spot that was a spot, like I keep saying spot, because it was an actual spot. It was supposed to happen. That's the biggest difference about all this. It was never about being safe. It was about being the camera angle and how you portray it to the fans. Don't insult the intelligence of wrestling fans. AEW, WWE, it don't matter. I like all of wrestling. That includes NWA. That includes Impact. That includes NWL. MLW, I'm sorry. It includes all that stuff. I'm a wrestling fan. So this hate of always having to attack the other based on an injury, don't use someone's misfortune, especially in an injury, a real injury, as a way to battle it out, because that guy has a family. That guy probably maybe has kids. Orange Cassidy probably has kids. That's a paycheck. That's a life for them. So them getting injured really does hunt them, and financially and physically, and could end the career. It's not going to end his career, obviously, the concussion, but it's going to leave him out for a week or two, from at least on contact, I would think. But yeah, so I just wanted to come out. That's like the breaking news right there of what's going on inside the wrestling world of these injuries. It's just an unfortunate week. Like I said, last week, wrestling was on a high. 3 shows right off the gate. I don't know what NXT was, if they was the number 1 show on Tuesday night. If someone knows that, drop that in the comments below. But going on a high, now it's kind of like a low, man. You're seeing people get hurt. And they just officially announced that Ricky Starks also hurt his neck in the match against Hangman Adam Page. So, there you go. It is an unfortunate. 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, against Hangman Adam Page. It was 3 weeks ago if you want to count this week. But, so that's where it's at. That's the difference. It's spot versus actual injury, and to argue anything other than that is idiotic. It's a blunt word, but to sit there and try to defend Chris Jericho's spot to actual real-life injuries. And yes, Jericho did get hurt, but it wasn't from the fall. Okay, if you watch his podcast, it wasn't from his fall. It was from another spot within the match where his arm actually did get hurt. So that's why he's all taped up. And it went well with the storyline. So that all being said, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the fire. that I'll be dropping out here. And like I said, these little short, sweet podcast videos, I know everyone's busy, so I drop the short sweets. So thank you all for tuning in and have a blessed day.